Welcome to another GC Basic demonstration. This is with respect to GC Studio and MPK files. Ooh, I hear you say, what are MPK files? I will explain. This is the October 2025 release. So let's have a look. MPK files. They're a managed package file. So it's a new method to install and remove components of your installation. Could be any part of your installation on the toolchain. It allows us to update it and it allows you to manage your own environment. It tightly controls the installation and removal process, and really it has nothing to do with your IDE. This is just about making it really simple to manage the environment. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is just open up GC Studio just to show you that what version I'm using and things like that. Okay, so a little zoom in on that. Look, I'm using the latest released October 2025, and this is the version we're looking for because it's got this thing called Managed Modules, and if I click on it, it opens up a window that looks like that. Let me just zoom in; it's empty. Well, that's because there's nothing in there yet. I'll press OK, and it will take me back into GC Studio. So here we go, back into GC Studio. There it is. I will open up a file just by clicking on it, a first sample, click, and I will look at my screen. So it's opened up that file. There it is in front of me. Not that important, actually. What I want to show you is the version. So all I'm going to do is delete the commentary so that we can have a little bit of a smaller screen. I'll zoom in for you, okay? So you can see the code. There's some code. Not really interested in that because we're looking at the version. Because I'm going to update my version. Press function key F4, type in version, and at the bottom there, on the screen, it shows us the version 1523. So in this file that I'm going to show you in a moment is going to update our compiler. Let me just exit out. I've exited out. Um, why I'm doing the video is because of this email. I sent this email out to Roger this morning, and I realised that really should explain what it's all about. And I said to him, to cut to the chase, here's a file, an MPK file, and an MPK file. Click on that, and it will update your compiler. That's what it says. So why don't we do that? So I'm just going to click on that there, and it will download a file. Now that file has appeared in my download folder, as it should. And if I double click it, there it is, top of my list, double click that. I end up with this dialog, which is no longer empty. Look, it says here, GC Studio module packs. That's the MPK file. And this is what I've downloaded, an MPK build 1524. Press OK, and it will install what was ever in that package into my environment. How can I prove that to you? Well, if I go first sample, maybe where before, I'm going to ask it the version number again. Here we go. Function key F4. There's lots of other ways of doing that, by the way. I'm just using function key F4 as a way of explaining to you what I'm doing. Version 1524. Look, it does work. So what I've just done by selecting this file, it's automatically changed my compiler version. It's updated it, changed a couple of other files as well. That's quite clever. What's even cleverer is I can take it out. So you can use this for your own library management, etc. So there was a bug. Now, what was his bug that there was a bug that Roger reported. Let me have a look in here if I can find it for you. Probably. Let's have a look. File. Open a file. Wonder where it is. We'll look in my downloads. Oh, that's the one. There we go. This is Roger's issue. Roger had a little program and it wasn't compiling. And this is the resolution to it, I'm just going to show you the error message. Because I want to show you that the compiler's been updated. I'm just going to compile that. I've just pressed the function key F6 using build 1524, as you can see, and it's compiling a little routine that Roger supplied, and it's got a bug. And it says in here, conflicting definition for display text, subparameter. And I look at the details, and it tells me here that display text is actually a byte, and it really should be. It should be it's got an invalid source variable. So let's have a look at that. And here it's highlighted. That's really good. So what I'm showing you is that there's a message on the screen, and I can look in here in the problems, and it shows a different message: conflicting definition, subparameter variable. So it's a message, and that's what's been updated. Close down. Let me just show you what happens. I'm going to restart GC Studio. As I start GC Studio, I can zoom in that for you, manage modules, and it will show me that I've got that pack installed. There it is, quite clearly, and I can remove it. When I remove it, it will then restore my setup. It will go back to the distribution servers. It will put everything back as it was. Fantastic. What might happen, you might get a screen that looks like this, that says, do you want to allow an app to make a change to your device? It's an elevated change because we're restoring files, and you need to say yes. If you say no, it won't work, okay? All right, just say yes. But when we see that, okay? Now we won't see it on the video because it will be hidden from us. So I'm just going to say okay to remove the selected. Nope, I press remove selected, and now GC Studio goes back through an update. It's finishing those updates, and if the video pops up, it won't record it, but I'm just going to accept the user account control when it comes up. Then what we're going to do is just check the version, and that would tell us that we've updated the system. And quite clearly for this, you need the October 2025 release. The system is now just resetting. I've now got the user account control screen up, and now I'm back into GC Studio. So let me just take that first sample. And the only reason I'm using first sample is to show you the version again. Here we go. Function key F4. I've just got to wait until it actually does it. Compiler version. Back to 1.1523. Now we can manage compilers, libraries, demos, you name it. It can be managed this way. It just means we have a very simple way of updating GC Studio. It's quite simple. So, well, Angel has developed this from Mexico and added this in on this release. So thank you very much. Honestly, Angel, absolutely wonderful. And I will show you in the next video how to build your own. So I wanted to show you GC Studio and MPK files. Essentially, if you see one and you need that patch, just click on it and it will install. Enjoy.